We binged like almost everything that dropped on Disney Plus Day.
Yeah.
Was that a good idea?
No.
Probably not.
Father, I want to be a real boy. No, have you not seen like the TikToks about that one?
No, I'm not on a Pinocchio TikTok. What TikTok are you?
It's animated TikTok. Jeez.
I couldn't tell if they recasted the voice actors or if they're just old now. Like, they just sounded slightly different. Peanut butter. Daniel, how's it going, dude?
Pretty good, man. Yeah. Voice crack right there. Pretty good, man. How's it going with you?
I am excited for this episode. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing good, doing well.
Ditto.
So, as we said in the intro, or mentioned in the intro, I don't know. I might try a different intro this time. So, if I did try a different intro, got around to it, everyone, let me know.
It just starts off with me going bleh.
No, that's not what I'm doing. I mean, maybe if it is what I do, let me know what you think of it. But yeah, so we're talking about Disney Plus Day, and I almost said Downtown Disney. What the heck's going on? D23. That's it. D23 is like in the process of going on. We're recording this Saturday morning, just the way our schedules worked out. So we can only report on like the stuff that happened Friday, which is still a lot.
Yeah.
So the main focus can be Disney Plus Day, but yeah.
Has there been anything else that came out since we like got up? Because I feel like there's been stuff that's already been.
I don't think since we got up. I don't think they're probably not gonna make any huge announcement at like 9 a.m. Pacific time, because that's when it's happening at Pacific time.
Yeah.
But is Disney Plus Day who made that fake holiday? Like, it just kind of came to be, and they like marketed it as like this big deal. What are your just like opinions on Disney Plus Day as a concept?
I get it. You know, it's kind of like a nice thing for you to be like, okay, there's expected content, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like only people that know about it know. Like, we're talking about it now, but really, I only really know about it because, like, you bring it up and you're like, hey, we're going to do a podcast about Disney Plus Day. And I'm like, okay, what's going on Disney Plus Day? And then you told me, like, all this stuff. And I'm like, okay.
I've got a Mickey Mouse shirt on to sport. It's really faded, which is kind of like the design, but to support Disney Plus Day and D23. So, woo!
I was going to make a really
podcast
melancholy joke there, but I am not going to.
Okay. Well, speaking of melancholy jokes, I had this joke lined up before certain events happened, and then it made it an even better joke. Yeah. I almost posted a TikTok about it. But
oh my god, Jake.
So Disney Plus Day, the reason it is like now, like it was September 8th, is because Disney Plus dropped on September 12th, 2019.
Yeah.
And so the first Disney Plus Day, or maybe the second one, I don't know when it was. I think it was last year, was September 12th last year. This is my thought process. Maybe these Disney executives were trying to like avoid being so close to 9/11, like to avoid like sadness and stepping on that big day. And so and I'm imagining like this Disney CEO like, oh yeah, like let's make the decision this year to move it back to September 8th. So we start like inching away from 9/11. Maybe we'll just start shifting it up towards the beginning of September. And then the Queen dies on the day of Disney Plus Day. Like that is just poor timing. You made that Jake, by Disney.
You made that joke and you put it in the group chat, and I freaking died.
I made a very risque TikTok.
It wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that bad, honestly.
For our content.
He literally just said what he said there. Like, it's so funny, Jake, because I feel like whenever you have like perfect timing for when it comes to this stuff. Because you, like, you know me, I have no filter, but you do it like you like have a little like, like a little dice of it every now and then. So it's just like when you say something that's like out of pocket, there's like so much more meaning to it. Like it's just so much more funny. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing was, I literally that morning wrote the joke for the podcast of like, oh, Disney's trying to like avoid 9/11, and I was like, I don't even know if I should say that because like 9/11 is very serious and like don't want to like step on that. And then when the Queen's death happened, I was like, it was already on my mind, so that joke just like formed, and I was like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna be the only one that like has this thought, and it's too great to not share with someone at least. They're both very serious issues. Rest in peace, the Queen. Everyone, please remember like 9/11 and everything. But Disney, like, it's just ironic. I think that Disney Plus Day, this like happy experience, has now landed like it's crossing both of those times.
Yeah.
But anyways, before we get into the main segment, still kind of like pre-banter. Did you see the Glass Onion trailer? This is not Disney related news, but I just thought it was interesting. It's the Knives Out sequel trailer just dropped.
No, that trailer's out now.
Yeah. At least pretty interesting. I think we should I was considering maybe doing like trailer reactions on our YouTube just to spice up some content.
I'd be down. For that.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you would like to see that. We can do that. I feel like I need to like mentally say I'm doing that, because anytime I see a trailer I'm interested in, I'm like, oh, I'll just watch it immediately, and then I'm like,
you
oh,
literally
wait,
just
I
click
should have
it.
done a reaction. Yeah. Anyways, all right, ready to jump into the main segment, Disney Plus Day and D23.
Yeah.
So going chronologically, Disney Plus Day was September 8th, Thursday, last Thursday. We binged like almost everything that dropped on Disney Plus Day.
Yeah.
Was that a good idea?
No, but we should
Probably
say this. We should say
But we
this too.
did
It's called Disney
anyways.
Plus Day, but like we're saying now, like there's stuff coming out for like the entire weekend.
No, that's D23. That's the difference. D23 is the convention. Daniel doesn't even know we're doing the podcast on. That's how professional we are. Disney Plus Day is September 8th, and that's where everything dropped on Disney Plus, and then all the announcements, like D23 is like a convention.
I totally forgot about D23. Like I love D23.
I just
and
mentioned
like
it. Okay.
I know, but dude, I literally just got up like 5 minutes ago. So like, it got me some slack.
All right, so there was a lot that dropped. There was Pinocchio on Disney Plus Day on Disney Plus. Pinocchio, the new live action dropped. And we're gonna get into each one individually. Cars on the Road dropped, which is that new Pixar Cars series. Thor 4 released on Disney Plus, like came to streaming, and then an Obi-Wan Kenobi documentary, and also a She-Hulk episode, but that was like every Thursday. Maybe that's why they did it on Thursday, so it would coincide with Disney Plus.
All the
Day.
other stuff, yeah.
I wonder. Out of all the things that I dropped on Disney Plus Day, what were you most looking forward to before you watched it?
I'm going to say it was probably the Kenobi series breakdown, and
Yeah,
I gotta say, it really out of all the stuff I watched, it's probably the thing that actually touched me the most as well. Honestly,
I was pretty underwhelmed by just most of the content that dropped. Like it was a lot of stuff, but I just felt kind of like.
Wait, did you say the Cars thing too? Did you? Say that in your list? Okay, I didn't watch that. That's like the one thing I didn't.
Yeah, I watched a few episodes of the Cars thing, and we'll get into each one. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I feel like most of it was just like, I don't know if it's just me being like cynical and now like working in this industry. I'm just like, that's just kind of like whatever content. I didn't really like resonate much with anything that dropped on that day. Do you coincide with that or no? I guess you like said the Kenobi thing.
Yeah, the Kenobi thing. I think it's always good to see
resonate. Yeah, that was one thing I did enjoy most of it.
With the Kenobi thing specifically, I love the nostalgia and connection, not only on screen but also seeing that perspective from the people who worked on it from behind the scenes and how they brought that connection back. And it's just really, and we'll get into that, but
let's get into Kenobi actually. So yeah, the Kenobi documentary was like they'd always do like a making of documentary for like Mandalorian, and they call it like Star Wars Gallery, and I think this was like something different. This was like a Jedi's Return or Jedi Tale or something like that. And so like I think this more focused on the actors, and it was basically a behind the scenes documentary of the making of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, but it was more centered, like the message of the documentary was like centered on like the actors and what it meant to them coming back into this world and like kind of the character motivations. And I thought it was interesting because like I enjoyed Kenobi, but like looking back, like I don't know if I'm just like super cynical this week, but like I don't know, I felt like the documentary, and I don't know if you felt this way, the documentary like helped me understand a lot of the intentions of like the filmmakers and the characters and like the actors, and I kind of wish that I didn't need to watch a documentary to understand that as deeply. Like I wish I saw that in the show more. I can give an example.
I get what you're saying. No. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I had the same feeling too watching it. Like there's times where there's like they're talking about like motives and mindsets of like these characters, and like especially when it came to Obi-Wan, talking about like how he was broken and these different relationships and stuff like that, and also like how they were setting expectations where everyone was expecting something between Obi-Wan and Luke, but then it turned into Obi-Wan and Leia's story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like the specific example I had was Reva. Like the Deborah Chow, the director, talks about Reva, and she is an interesting character. Like we said, like once you see the whole picture and like look back, it's cool that she was like a Jedi, like a Jedi Padawan or like youngling during Order 66, and she survived, and then she's dedicated her life to getting back at like Vader, and she is literally like a spy and like infiltrates her ranks. And what Deborah Chow said was really interesting is that she like the character of Reva like has like lost her way in the midst of like this mission with like a good purpose to like infiltrate and get into the like higher ups of the Inquisitors to get close to Vader to like take him down. In that process, she's kind of lost her way and is like succumb to the dark side a little bit. And I think that's really interesting. But I think when it was presented in Kenobi as it was coming out, we didn't learn that until like episode like 5. And I kind of wish we like maybe got hints of that earlier, or like knew that earlier, or maybe it was like laid out better. Maybe that would have ruined it. I don't know, but I felt like that was a little late. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
It's not even that. It's like a mixed message too, because like her whole mission, right, is based on revenge, which is a dark side path in itself. So,
well, I guess that was her like showing the filmmaker showing that like she's falling to the dark side. But I don't know. I don't know if that was explicitly like I didn't really get that. My point is I didn't really get that until they said it in the documentary and like really like understand, be like, oh yeah, that was like a cool motive. Like I wish it was just expressed better in Kenobi. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Just, again, I did enjoy Kenobi. I was really great seeing everyone back. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that aspect. But I thought they were also really smart how they presented the documentary. Like they started with Ewan McGregor, so starting off strong, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then they went through literally every single actor and minor character before Darth Vader to keep you like the audience like
entertained,
watching because
like,
everyone knows he's coming. But like if you just put Obi-Wan and Anakin, like people probably like click off. So like they're thinking like, how do we keep people watching this documentary?
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's such a good point because it definitely worked for me. So
yeah,
it's just like
I was like, maybe he's next, and then it was like the pilot that was in one episode. I was like, dang it.
Also, well, that's kind of a TTT.
What?
I can wait, or I could just do it now.
Yeah, do it.
Did you know that Lola, the bot that Leia had in the Kenobi series, was based off of the birds that Carrie Fisher had when she was a kid?
No, kind of. I heard that, and I don't know if it was true. I thought I saw someone say that was false.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I thought someone said
I saw photos and stuff that showed like the parallels there.
I did see that, but I thought someone just like made a connection, and then someone else was like, no, her bird was called something else, and it was just a coincidence or something. It could be. I don't know.
Never mind then. You can cut that.
No, it's all right. I'll leave it in. Nothing gets cut. Just kidding. A lot gets cut.
A lot of things get cut.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Also, they showed the flashback scene when they were filming the flashback of Obi-Wan and Anakin like doing that duel. They had like dots on their face to de-age them, but it didn't look like they like de-aged them much.
I thought Hayden said that they didn't for him, but then Obi-Wan.
They both had dots on their faces.
Ewan did. Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't realize.
I just thought that was interesting. Maybe they had it up there for like an option if they wanted to de-age them, and then they were like, "Nah, this is
nah, it's good.
Too much money has been spent, so just remove the dots or leave them on." They have very symmetrical freckles.
They literally just clone like they still leave them on, but when they go into the editing process, so doing the de-aging, they literally just stamp them out.
Yeah. Last few things I have to say about Kenobi series because we have to move on because there's so much to talk about.
Yes.
One, I just want to say I've really been enjoying this like mini break from Star Wars content that we've had over the past few weeks. Like it's been a nice kind of break, and this gets me excited like for Andor coming up in like a few weeks. Separation makes the heart grow fonder, everyone says. I'm actually going to see Rogue One tonight in theaters. They did like a theater re-release. Yeah. Ooh. So I'm super pumped for that. I'm going with my roommate. Yeah, you should do check it out. Like if AMC near you is doing it.
Yeah, I'll see if any of the guys are available. I think that'd be dope.
And then finally, I just want to comment. I thought it was hilarious that like one of the last shots of the documentary was when they wrapped on the final day of shooting. Ewan McGregor pulled out like a bunch of cigars and was like, "I have some cigars left over from when my kid was born." And then he said, "Disney won't like this much." And then he starts letting people take him, and he puts them down. He's like, "If anybody wants that over here,
that sticks." Yeah,
that's just amazing. I
love that. Man, the full circle.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a documentary, Obi-Wan documentary. So what do you want to talk about next? We've got Pinocchio, Thor 4. Let's just talk about Thor 4 super quick.
Sure.
I have like nothing to talk about really because I just
true. I didn't see any of the extra stuff.
There was no extra stuff. I know. That's why we were like, we're excited. Like maybe they'll put deleted scenes and like they always do like gag reels and stuff. There's nothing there. I was like, what? So I don't know if they just like stagger those releases. Like maybe they'll come up later, but I don't know.
But didn't they do did the documentary come out about it too?
No, I don't think so.
I saw that there was a documentary about the making of Thor.
Oh, really?
Thor. There is.
Where? What's it called?
Assemble the making of Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, we should have watched that. What the fuck? Why wasn't that suggested when I click on... Sorry, Disney Plus was hiding it from me. All right, so this is Pinocchio. Spoilers for Pinocchio. We both watched this.
Even though it's already been... They made changes, obviously.
It's slightly different. What did you think of it?
It tried. Okay, here's the thing. Tom Hanks...
Geppetto.
Perfect Geppetto. Like, he did an amazing job in that role. Okay,
I thought the cast was pretty good.
Geppetto himself is a terrible father.
Yeah.
Literally, his boy steps outside for the first time, says, "What is that bright thing in the sky?" Referring to the sun. Your son literally has not seen the sun. You don't even like hold his hand, take him around town first. He said, there's the world. Go and do your schooling." You know,
maybe that's why his first son died.
Oh my god!
No, that's so bad. But I'm like, I really do like how they leaned into like the reason he's making Pinocchio is because he is like mourning the loss of his like family and his other son. I do like that a lot, and that like makes it more believable that like, oh, he has this love for it, and that's why the blue fairy like accepts him. And this could also be in the 1940 Pinocchio. I just haven't seen that since I was like 8. So
Same.
I just don't really remember much from that. I wasn't really fond of this one, honestly. Like,
same.
It's just like kind of stepped on the same beats, which is fine. Maybe it's probably for like another generation of kids to accept. I also thought this was the Guillermo del Toro. I think I said that in the previous podcast. There's 2 Pinocchio movies coming out this year. There's this one, which was Robert Zemeckis. I didn't even realize this. There's Robert Zemeckis did this one, which he also did Forrest Gump, which is really cool. So he and Tom Hanks like reunited to do this. But then there's also the Guillermo del Toro one, which is like that animated one that's coming out December of
That's
this
the
year.
one I was thinking you're talking about when this one was coming out. I'm like, oh wait, no, this is a completely different one.
I don't know, but
And then there's also this other one that I've seen memes of where he's like, "Father, I want to be a real boy," and like everyone's going off about it because it's just
Daniel,
like,
that
why
was
is
porn. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
But no, have you not seen like the TikToks about that one?
No, I'm not on a Pinocchio TikTok. Surprisingly,
No, it's like it's just another animated
what TikTok are you?
It's animated TikTok.
Daniel's on Pinocchio porn TikTok.
Imagine. I want to be a real boy. Okay, no, I'm like.
What's that? Yeah. This episode has turned from Disney Plus into we pitched Pinocchio porn.
Oh man! Every time he lies.
That's what I know, dude. There's something there. I thought the cast was pretty good. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was Jiminy Cricket. I didn't realize it was even him. I thought he did great.
Oh yeah, no, he did an amazing job.
Tom Hanks as Geppetto. Keegan-Michael Key as the fox stole the show for me. I thought he was like my favorite character.
Yes.
The modern jokes about the school system and taxes. He was a good outlet for adults watching this.
Was there the fox character in the original one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I thought, but I'm like, would that make sense in a world to where there's also like other Geppetto's cat and like other cats and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're saying like why is this like fox sentient and can like communicate, but like the cat can't?
Well, there's a fox and there's the cat was like his little buddy.
I know, but like you're saying like why can't Geppetto's cat like communicate and the other cat can?
Yeah, like are they like there tiers of cats? You know?
I guess that's the same case. Maybe the Geppetto's cat. This is headcanon now. Maybe Geppetto's cat is like hyper intelligent, but like knows that if he like plays like cute and dumb, like he'll just get fed and like just babied by Geppetto.
Oh my god, that's kind of like abuse because he's like taking care or he's using this old man who lost his child to like have him nurture it.
Yeah,
him.
He's using that like pity aspect. He's like, I know this man needs some support.
The fish.
I lost it. It took me out of it when Geppetto is like going through the rain searching for Pinocchio, and he just has the fishbowl under his arm. I'm like, why the heck would you bring that? Like it makes sense in the cartoon, like it doesn't like bring me out of it that much. But seeing it in live action, like this guy like on this epic quest to hunt and search for his kid in like this storm, and then he just has a goldfish like under his arm. I'm like, what?
The one thing that threw me off with that, I think I was paying attention. Like I was like thinking about like VFX and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, are there raindrops on the water of the fish thing?
Was there?
And I couldn't tell. I don't think there was.
Oh, is water wet?
Don't
open up that can of worms
Jake,
again.
No, stop, please, God. I did like the design of the sea monster.
Yeah, it wasn't just a whale this time.
Yeah, it had like the tentacle things too. I thought that was interesting.
Speaking of the whale, like that goldfish again, like survived like 3 boat crashes in this whole journey. Like this fish tank, this glass fish tank. I was like, how the heck is this thing like?
It's bulletproof glass.
Made it. Yeah, maybe Geppetto, like, when he's not doing clocks, he makes, like, bulletproof fish tanks. What did you think of the escape from the
It kind of went on a little bit.
The speedboating Pinocchio.
It was
like Dash from The Incredibles. Like, was that part of his wish? Like, I wish he was a real boy. And then he like starts to go to bed. But if he's not a real boy and he's a wooden boy, he has super speedy legs. Good night.
Well, again, how did that happen in the original? Did that happen in the original?
No, that's not happening in the original.
Because didn't they get like blown out? Like the
Yeah.
So
I don't know what happens in the original, but it is not a speedboat.
I mean, I guess it kind of worked in a sense with this one because, like, oh yeah, he can dance really fast, and he can dance so fast his feet make fire. You know, he's got fire feet.
I don't think that translates to speedboat. Like, I don't know.
No, what I'm trying to say is that if his feet are so fast and he can do that, but at the same time, yeah, no, I agree with you. It's just like I see like the logic they're trying to follow.
Yeah,
but I feel like I agree with you. I think it was too much for the speedboat thing. Also, when they went full speed into that crevice in the mountain to get away.
Oh my gosh. I thought they were just going to crash on the wall. And
yeah, like, well, that's the thing. You don't even know how deep that hole is.
Yeah, what if they just round the corner and it just was like a dead end?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like
and the fish tank's still okay. No, they use the fish tank to brace themselves and they're fine. It's like MLG watering in Minecraft. You just use the fish tank.
Well, no, I was just thinking like Geppetto like literally hits a wall because how fast do you think they're going? Like over 100 miles per hour.
Well, he was like going. It was also funny. He was like going like really fast, and then like Pinocchio like tranks the nitro or whatever, and just like
yeah,
he's like
he's faster. He's like oh now screw this, yeah, and then he's
dude, they should have played. I would have seen an edit with Tokyo Drift over it, and just like edit into Fast and Furious. That'd be awesome.
But no, like imagine like Geppetto just hitting a wall at 100 miles per hour because there's like no seatbelts in the boat. Like that's what would have happened.
Yeah, good thing it didn't happen. What do you think at the end? Pinocchio didn't turn into a real boy. That was also different.
What do you mean he did?
No, he didn't turn into a real boy. He stayed as.
Did you not see his legs and arms? It transitioned.
Okay, I'll look it up. Oh shoot, you're right. He does turn into a boy. That's so subtle.
It's so subtle.
Wow, I thought they changed that. I was literally gonna compliment that they didn't change it.
Yeah, it's so subtle, but at the end there he is. See?
Oh, that was weird. I don't like
my point. It was like very like weird, diggy, like meshy looking, like
yeah, because it's not an actual. Because there are humans in this world, but he doesn't turn into like that guy that looks like a human.
He's not a real boy either. He's still a CGI boy.
He's an uncanny valley CGI. I was gonna say I like how they don't. They kind of kept it. The message is like he doesn't need to change to be accepted by his father. I really liked that. But I guess they just threw that out the windows. Never mind. But there was some aspects I did like about this that I do want to talk about. I did like how, so because this is live action, it made so much more sense why Pinocchio was like shunned at school and by like actual humans. Because you can distinctly see the difference between like a human and like a CGI puppet.
Yeah.
Because like in the cartoon in the 40s, like, Pinocchio doesn't look that different from like these like caricature
other than like
cartoon
his
boys, except for like
anatomy, like with his joints.
Yeah, that's the only thing. So I was like, why are they making fun of me? He doesn't look that different. But this time, I'm like, yeah, if a freaking puppet walked up to me, I'd be like, what is happening right now? I feel like honestly, he'd get made fun of more if he looks like that CGI like Uncanny Valley monster boy at the end. I feel like he's worse off now.
Yeah, how do you think his face would look? Like they purposely didn't show his face because of that.
Like, we can't do it. We can't do it.
Well, because you'd have to freaking do like an anamorph between the Pinocchio rig to like a human boy, which you could do, but like it looked weird.
Wow, you just opened my mind. I'm sorry for doubting you.
I told you.
Let's talk about Cars on the Road. I guess is the only other Disney thing we haven't talked about. You didn't watch it, but
yeah. What did you think?
I watched the first 2 episodes. I thought it was kind of cute. I'm definitely not the target audience. Like, I think it's for
kids so they can sell more toys.
Yeah, it's for kids, but it's weird because like we were the target audience when it came out. So I'm wondering if this is like for like adults now to show their kids, because it has been like 17 years or something like that since the first Cars came out.
Holy crap! Really?
It's 2005 is when it came out. So it's just
old.
It's weird because like I couldn't tell if they recasted the voice actors or if they're just old now. Like they just sounded slightly different than I remember.
Yeah,
there were funny gags in it. Like the second episode's like a horror episode, and they kind of like remake scenes from like The Shining and stuff with cars though, and like so they like draw on the wall in red like a word. And like you're supposed to look at it in a mirror and like be scared because like it's backwards, but they just drew race car on the wall. It was just really funny because race car, when you look at it in the mirror, he turns. Yeah, so he like it pans and Lightning's like, what? And like there's like no like horror scare or anything. He's just like, what? Because he like pans like it's gonna be like this big reveal. So that was really funny. Yeah, they do like another Shining trope in that episode where like blood pouring down the elevator, but it's like antifreeze because that's what like is inside them.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's funny. They use gas.
Yeah, but no, in another one, the horror
Yeah.
episode they do like he sees like the two twins at the end of the hallway that are floating, and he's like, ah, and then like he's in a tight hallway, so he has to do like a 7-point turn to like turn around before he can start running away. So that's pretty funny. But like, yeah, I only watched that episode, and there was like a dinosaur episode, but like, I don't think I was the target audience. There's definitely some like funny moments if they continue like that. The story is that like Mater is in Radiator Springs and like gets a call from his like long lost sister that like he hasn't talked to in years, that she's like having a wedding, and so he and Lightning agrees to go like on a road trip with him, and this is like their adventures, a few episodes like as they go across the country, which is pretty fun. I like the concept. I don't know. That's cars on the road.
And on their second day, they have the Shining experience, which is nice.
Dude, yeah.
Imagine that. You and I on a road trip across the country. We go to somewhere like some motel or something, and then that's what we get into.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So let's talk about D23 and some of the announcements. So again, we've only had like the Friday announcements, but they have announced a lot on Friday. A lot of it's like, so I don't think if they're going to announce Marvel and Star Wars stuff, we haven't heard that yet. So we might react to it like, yeah. So they've announced a lot, and I'll kind of run through them, give a brief synopsis, and then hear your thoughts on like some of them and like your favorite. So the first thing I saw was they announced, in the vein of live action remakes, a Snow White live action remake, which has Gal Gadot in it and Rachel Zegler, who was the girl from West Side Story. I think she's going to be Snow White. Snow White was like Disney's first feature. So
does this mean that it'll be their last version of the CGI, the reality one?
Nope, because they also announced Peter Pan and Wendy.
There we go.
Live action Peter Pan and Wendy. What do you think about just all the live action?
Honestly, I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I
think it's
feel
stupid.
like it is bringing in like a new generation of kids, but I just want new stories, man. And I don't know if that's just me growing up and now being cynical or like what.
Not even that. I just think doing it in live action is stupid, especially with the technology we have nowadays. I feel like what they need to do is a thing where it's like almost like the Dragon Ball Z movie, to where they have it as a 3D animation, but it feels like it's 2D. But do that in a Disney way, to where you're able to add extra flair, add extra flavor to these stories that you've already told, but make it feel more magical.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
maybe
doing it in live action, you're opening yourself to these problems to where you're having to blend these things that are supposed to, like, again, what we were just talking about with Pinocchio, like him blending into a real boy. Like that feels, it felt weird. It didn't look right.
Yeah, I feel like fairy tales, the medium of animation is very suited for it. And I think translating it, now that we have like VFX, I think people are trying to be like, oh, we can do this now in live action. And it's kind of just interesting. Like, I feel like the fantastical element of animation, like, again, another thing with Pinocchio was like the boys turning into donkeys. That just felt like weird to me.
Yeah.
But in the cartoon, it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
So that's exactly what I'm saying. There's some things that lean in better, that keep them in animation. And also, just like Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park, you're so preoccupied whether or not you could, you never thought to question whether or not you should, you know? So I feel like we're getting into a point there now with CGI to where, because we can do all this amazing stuff, doesn't necessarily mean that we should, and there's going to be other aspects of storytelling to where it's better to do it in different ways, you know? So, but that's just me.
Well, speaking of just, again, along the line of animation and live action, Enchanted is getting a sequel like very soon. Like, I didn't realize this was happening, but Disenchanted, that's Thanksgiving of this year.
Oh wait, really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Like, I kind of dig that. That's like a baller move to just like drop that and be like, yep, it's coming out in like 2-3 months. Like, I kind of like that. I don't know, I like that, and like don't have to do like a huge marketing run, because one of my pet peeves is like when I see a trailer for something I like am interested in, and then like have to wait 2 years to see it. Yeah, I don't know. Cough, cough. Spider-Verse. Cough, cough. Did you see the first Enchanted?
No, I did not.
It's pretty good. It's like the story of like this fairy tale princess. Well, she gets taken out some like portal and like this curse or whatever, and she ends up in like Earth
to New York. And
so it goes from animated to Earth. So I think that was a version of like a well done transition, and like, but I think the main world was Earth world, so they didn't have to like take a lot of creative liberties with like translating animation. I don't know. We also have Elemental that was we saw another look at. That was announced previously from Pixar and Disney. That is the like fire guy and or like lava guy and like water girl.
Shark girl.
Or maybe it's vice versa. I don't know. That another Pixar thing with like a fire guy and a water girl. I don't know much about it, but the concept art we've seen looks pretty cool.
There's so many animations with that concept, so I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I know. That made me think of like the cool math games, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what.
Oh my
made me think of
god.
That or Heat Miser and Freeze Miser. There's tons of iterations of this. But so Pixar also announced a new project called Elio or Elio, Elio. So the synopsis, it sounded pretty interesting. The concept art was pretty cool, but it's like a boy who finds himself transported across the galaxy and is mistaken for the intergalactic ambassador for our planet Earth. So that sounds pretty cool.
Oh, it is kind of funny. That's
yeah,
kind
it's
of
a funny concept.
Shit deal. Imagine if you go to like a super militaristic hostile planet and you're like, oh, you're the ambassador for this alien species. And you're like, sure. What is that? What's your definition of ambassador? Do I get to keep my toes? Like, what's going on here?
That would be your first question when you transport across the galaxy. Can I keep my toes?
Like, are you gonna hurt me? That's why I'm that.
All right, guys. That's this. If you ever like are up for ambassador to Earth, I want to use that clip as like your campaign speech. Don't worry, guys. My priorities are straight. My first question I ask is, can I keep my toes for this job? So Mufasa was also announced. This one looks pretty interesting. It's like a prequel to The Lion King. I don't know. I think that could be interesting. Long live the king. Dude, last night.
Oh my god, dude.
We were
last night.
gaming last night. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
We were playing Fall Guys because we were going in between games. So I was like,
Daniel started like this rivalry with this guy.
This one guy kept on grabbing me, so we kept on going at each other. I felt like we were boxing, you know.
Both of us made it all the way to the last round. Both like our teams, and then we were getting towards the end. And we were doing like a spinning thing, and like I grabbed him and just said, "Long live the king," and pushed him off like
you
perfect
pushed him off.
timing.
Dude, it was so great. And then right after they're like, Daniel, I've killed him. And I'm like, yes, thank you. I literally was so happy.
I like as he was falling, the like sound bite of Simba screaming like no, just played in my mind. Oh man, back to the tank. Yeah, so Mufasa. This shocked me. Inside Out got a sequel announced. They're doing Inside Out 2.
Outside In?
Yeah. No, it's just called Inside Out 2. Yeah, I don't know. That was a really good movie. Like I wonder if like how they're gonna do that. Like I don't think they announced too much, but like I wonder if they're gonna follow up with Riley in her teenage years, or if they're gonna like explore another person
child,
with different person.
Yeah, like
I don't know. I really like Inside Out. Like the world is cool because you have like the best excuse to just explore human emotions and really like dive deep and like spell stuff out and like have people connect on an internal level. Like it's a really cool concept and it did really well. So I'm excited. Wait, was the lava short? Was that in front of
the lava short? What's the lava short?
Yes, the lava short. It's like a Pixar short that played before Inside Out, and it was like two volcanoes that fell in love. Like,
yeah.
I hope will come true. That was before Inside Out, so maybe we'll get a lava sequel. They'll have lava babies. Oh my gosh, volcano babies. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Did I tell you I got my first girlfriend because of the lava song?
No. Did you know?
Yeah, no. Because of the lava. So I got my first girlfriend because of the lava Inside Out short. So we were at like a Christmas party and my friend just had a ukulele and that had just come out, like the lava short, and it was like on my mind like a lot. And I like really liked the song, so I like had it memorized. And then my friend had a ukulele at the Christmas party, and I was like, "Oh, can I play?" I have no idea how to play ukulele, so I get it, and I start strumming horribly, but start singing confidently over it, like the lava song, like "I have a dream, I hope will come true." And after I do like the whole song, just strumming horribly, and then at the very end, like I put the thing down, and then the girl that eventually became my girlfriend was like, "That was incredible." And I was like, what? Because like I don't even know if I owned up. I was like, I forget, but I literally had no idea how to play. I was just strumming randomly, but I think I was singing so confidently.
Oh my god, I didn't know she reacted like that, man.
And then like we started hanging out after that. One thing led to another. We started dating. But yeah, shout out Pixar. So maybe Inside Out 2, Lava 2 will get me my next girlfriend. So Pixar, you got a lot to live up to.
Oh my god.
Back to the tank.
Maybe I need to learn more Hawaiian.
You just need to learn to sing. You don't need to learn the ukulele, as long as you sing confidently enough over the ukulele. Yeah, so Inside Out. Another thing was announced. We got a trailer for the live-action Little Mermaid. They showed a teaser. That didn't look bad. I'm actually really excited for that. Just like the girl who's... I don't know who the girl is that is playing Ariel, but her singing gave me chills like twice during like the brief teaser. Like it was really good. I also just loved The Little Mermaid as a kid, so it just brought me back. Yeah, I don't know. Excited about that.
I love The Little Mermaid. I'm just hoping that they do Sebastian right.
Oh, who's playing Sebastian? Do we know?
I don't know.
Guilford Gottfried.
Ariel, you can't get to the land.
Oh, he died. I forgot he died this year. Oh, dang. Did you not know that? I'm sorry for bringing that. Maybe he recorded his lines before. Oh, it's David Diggs. David Diggs. He's really good. He was Lafayette and Thomas Jefferson in Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
He's really incredible. I'm actually super excited for that.
So he knows what he's doing with his voice. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get like a Hamilton style rap, but for The Little Mermaid. Download Twitter. Yes, things are better. Take it from me. I should not be Sebastian.
No.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Strange New World. That's coming out November of this year as well. That's new. Like, I don't know if that's Disney and Pixar or just Disney. That's the one where I think like we saw the concept art.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes. It just hit my brain. Dude, I'm so excited for that one. It's literally what you just said. It's like it's an alien world. It's I don't know what the story is because
I saw like concept art of like platforms that like walk and stuff. It just looks like a cool world. A strange new world.
It's literally an environment artist like wet dream.
I remember you did say that. Yeah.
It looks so beautiful, and I am totally excited. I'm totally excited.
Sorry. So I was literally about to look up what if anything else has been announced for Disney Plus, and my brain just went to Penn State football. So I just my brain just typed in this football. Penn State's winning, so that's good. Sorry about that, but yeah. So I'm checking while I'm checking if anything else has been announced since we've been recording. Doesn't look like it has, but the last thing that I saw that's announced on Friday was Wish, and I'm curious about this one. So
I saw things about this, but remind me.
It is the origin of the iconic wishing star from Disney. So like Pinocchio, like when you wish upon a star, I guess it's the origin of that star. So I wonder if that means like the origin of the first person that used it, or like the origin of like balls of gas, like Pumbaa said, colliding.
Gas, like coming together. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All the movie is just gas. It's like a time lapse of these gas clouds coming together and like forming and then forming.
I
and out of the
think
words.
Disney could actually do like a really cool like abstract thing about stars colliding and being born. Like I think that would be right up Disney's alley. That would be visually spectacular, and like if they like give the stars personalities, like I think that could actually be pretty interesting. I don't think that's how they're gonna approach it, because I think there was concept art of like this girl on Earth, but I don't know.
The way they're probably gonna approach it, I wonder if they're gonna get into like the birth of fairies too. Like if that originates from these stars.
And then at the end, Walt Disney is born. Oh.
But no, like I could see being like I'm not sure if you're familiar with like Destiny lore, but like there's the Traveler,
like the game,
like giant, in the game.
Yeah, no,
it's like the Traveler's like a giant ball, right? And out of that ball came all the ghosts. So I wonder if it'd be something like that. To like once the ball's activated, you get all the ghosts and all the guardians.
Oh, you so like once the star is activated, like that's where the fairies come
that's
from?
where you get fairies and all that.
Oh, like the blue fairy and like the fairies from like Sleeping Beauty and stuff. And the fairy godmother from Cinderella. Well, there's all like in a meeting or something. I don't know.
Or it could be like if you're
Gandalf's
like
there.
The star is like a different color. That's what determines like the color of like the fairy's dress or something. I don't know. So like they're all from different.
So there's green stars and pink stars. Kind of cool.
Sure.
I don't know.
I guess. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Okay. She's green because she's sick from drinking too much.
Yeah, exactly.
So out of those things, those were the things announced. What's like stands out to you as like your favorite?
Honestly, it's Strange World.
Strange New World.
Yeah, because it's something that's not. It's something that's new. It's different. Like we were talking about before. Like we keep on getting like these rehashes of these stories, right? Which you already know in a way, and it's cool. But again, I feel like there's better ways to do that. But with this, again, it's like right up my alley. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
What about you?
Honestly, Inside Out. excites me, not just because of
Really?
the allure of getting a new girlfriend, but I just like that world. Also, Elio or Elio, however you pronounce it, like that guy, the little boy that's transported across the galaxy. I love space stuff. I think just the concept art looked very cool.
They need to do the world building right for that, but if it's done well, then I'll be excited for that too.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, those were the D23 announcements. Ready for Chili Tuber TV tidbits?
Yes. Did you know that the super battle droids from Attack of the Clones originally had a little bit of a package, if you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Okay, so when the original designs came out, they were going through and designing them with being more bulky and having more anatomy structure than the B1 battle droids, right? But when it came to the walk cycles, they realized the crotch region had a swaying mass.
Pendulum.
Yeah. And it's funny because George was like, that he literally pointed at the screen in one of the like recordings of it, and he's like, yeah, that. So they had to, like, you know, smooth it out, make it, you know, kind of go with like the form of the,
Like a Ken doll.
yeah.
The Ken doll super battle droid. I have one as well. That's really interesting. I did not know that. So did you know that in The Incredibles, Pixar was told they couldn't use the name Elastigirl?
What? That's like the
So DC Comics has a character named Elasta-Girl that was created in 1963. And when DC was told that Pixar was creating a character called Elastigirl, no dash, they were not happy. So they almost didn't let Pixar use the name due to copyright reasons, but they came to a compromise. They decided to let Pixar use the name only for the movie. So that's why in all the promo material, like back in the early 2000s when Incredibles came out, the toys and merch outside the movie, she had to be referred to as Mrs. Incredible.
interesting.
It has been changed now, but so they can't refer to her as Elastigirl. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting. All right, you ready to jump into the next segment? Patron shoutouts.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Cue the Big Stars music. Boosh, you got Patreon Lori, Frank, Rick, Lisa, Evan, Tony. Thank you so much for pledging the tier. Thank you for the shout out. If you'd like to support us over on Patreon, like it's down in the description, you get the audio episode early, special benefits, cool perks, a lot of jazz, and more. Thank you seriously to our Patreon supporters. We really do appreciate your support. Sorry if you can hear the trash truck backing up outside of my door right now. Ready for the next segment? Cool comments.
Yeah. What we got this time?
We actually have a lot of comments that they're not that cool though. It's a lot of people, a lot of Tolkien nerds yelling at us.
Oh yes, no, I saw the TikToks. Oh my god.
No,
dude.
not even TikTok. Our YouTube, we have 27 comments, and most of them are like,
Wait, really?
You don't want to be associated with this show. I'm like, bro, chill. Yeah, I will read video vagrancy. Complimented the map work my company did, or the company I work for did. He said, oh boy, where do I begin? When it comes to the map work you and your coworkers did, you guys did a good job there. Honestly, they looked great in the show. And then he said, that's where my praise ends. It goes on for another paragraph to talk about the problems with Rings of Power with the writing and everything. So I'm not going to get into that. Oh, he did say, it sucks because people like you and others put hard work into it, and a lot of people are not happy with it, and Amazon isn't making things any better. Oh well. Well, thank you, Video Vagrancy, for leaving the most respectful criticism comment out of everything. I honestly really do appreciate that, because some of these comments are kind of mean, but you know what? People are entitled to their opinion. Thank you for watching either way. All right, ready for the introduction.
Yeah, tell me when.
When?
We just talked about what we want to talk about, and now we're done. Blah.
Thank you so much for listening. We seriously, really, genuinely do appreciate it. Next week, we have a really exciting episode. So there's a new Netflix movie called Do Revenge coming out, and we were reached out to by the manager of an artist whose song is featured on the film, and we got a chance to interview her and talk about her experience working at Netflix and what it's like to work in the music industry, work in music in the film industry, and like how that coincides. So. Yep. It was a really fun episode. I'm really excited with that. Excited for you guys to check it out.
Yeah.
See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.